for anyone out there who, like me, really cares about the environment and about plastics and cutting back on plastic pollution. This is going to be so exciting to share, because then you're probably also like nerding out like I am about having anything that's reusable so that you can cut back on your single-use plastic, not only for the environment, but for your health as well. Okay guys, I am so excited. I'm about to do a little unboxing here of a really cool package that just arrived. So a year ago, I was an ambassador with Healthy Planet Canada, Healthy Planet. They are such an amazing company. They ship across Canada and America and actually internationally as well, different health and supplement products. And anyway, while I was working there with them, I got connected with the company called Minimal Bottle, and I've got all their information down below. Now, what's so cool about this, for anyone out there who, like me, really cares about the environment and about plastics and cutting back on plastic pollution, this is going to be so exciting to share, because then you're probably also like nerding out like I am about having anything that's reusable so that you can cut back on your single-use plastic, not only for the environment, but for your health as well. And I'm going to be sharing a lot more about this on my channel moving forward, because it's something that I've been super passionate about for the last, I've always cared about the environment, but I've really cared about the plastics and really looking into them a lot more over the last few years. So I'm excited to be sharing more about that around health and wellness, as well as the environmental aspect of our choices and how they add up every single day. So with that said, let me, I got my scissors. Let me get this open. And as long as I don't knock the whole camera off, which, knowing me, is something I would do. You know what's really funny as I do this, since I'm going to be too lazy to try and speed it up, I might as well just talk. Oh gosh. The other day I had to go see a heart specialist, because for those who don't follow me on Instagram, go follow me. But secondly, I mean, if you don't follow me, you wouldn't know, but on Instagram or Facebook, my dad recently had heart surgery because he had a heart problem that had gone undiagnosed like his whole life, and no one ever caught it. They caught it, but they never actually looked into it, and so he had to have emergency heart surgery, and they were wondering if it was genetic, so I had to go get some heart tests done. There we go. I'm laughing, and the reason I'm bringing this up is because I'm not very strong anymore. I used to be. And the doctor, the heart doctor, he was like, oh, you know, like everything looks good, but like you need to exercise more. I was like, that's harsh. So I wasn't very impressed, because I used to play university volleyball. I used to play competitive sports from basically like as soon as I could till being like 20 something years old, and 3 years of university volleyball. And like my body just was so tired of it and worn out, and had so many physical problems. That's part of the reason I started looking into like holistic healing and different food choices and different ways to heal, because I was spending so much money going to physio, chiropractor, acupuncture, like doing all these different external things, but nothing was actually solving my chronic pain or my chronic fatigue or my, what else did I have? Like horrible acne, horrible digestion, so many different things. And the biggest culprit was the foods I was actually eating, because we are what we eat. So I realized that it didn't matter how much money and how much time I was spending on external fixes if the stuff I was putting in my body wasn't actually healthy. So I went from living off baked goods and like sugar and cookies and banana bread and muffins and all the junk food that I love to eat. I went from eating that plus just like meat. I used to eat steak all the time and burgers and everything. I loved I didn't really love cheeses and dairy, but I like still ate a lot, and I loved ice cream and pasta. I went from living on all of those foods to like, and never eating fruits and vegetables, to drastically shifting into fruits and vegetables primarily. And then 3 years ago, I went totally vegan, sugar-free, gluten-free, alcohol-free, pretty much caffeine-free, minus maybe once a month I have coffee. But I digress. It's really interesting when we listen to our bodies and we spend the time actually looking at solving the root cause, which is, as you know, what I talk about here in terms of mindset as well as life in general. And you really want to uncover what's causing the problem instead of just masking it. So instead of like going to chiropractor, going for massages or physiotherapy, like I was in physio every single day for basically the 3 years I played university volleyball. And I never felt any better because I was working too hard and not eating good foods and not able to rest and recover or have my cells actually heal themselves. And our body is miraculous. It can heal itself on its own. What does this have to do with what I'm unpacking here? It has to do with the fact that plastic products leach chemicals. So everything is wrapped in plastic these days. It actually hurts my heart. This is one of the reasons I don't like grocery shopping, other than going to like a farmer's market. This is also why I prefer living in like tropical countries where I can just go buy a bunch of fruit in a reusable bag and not have any plastics. But like when you walk in a supermarket, if you actually pay attention, literally every single thing other than in the fruit and vegetable aisle is plastic. It's packaged in plastic. It's just packaged garbage. And we consume, and a lot of these plastics actually leach into things. So I've always got my reusable water. This is from Minimal Bottle as well. This company here, the link is down below. And I've always got my reusable bottles with me. I also have my Kangen water filter now, which is for amazing, amazing quality water. But what I've got here, I got some little silicone reusable containers here for food, because every time if you store food in plastic containers, Tupperware, and then you microwave it, you're actually leaching some of those plastic particles into the food, and you're consuming those microplastics. And the average person, I forget what it was, but like I think it's like every year you basically have consumed a credit card of plastics. Sometimes more than that, because of all the microplastics from your bottled drinks, from your food, from all of these storage containers that are plastic. If you're eating a lot of fish, because there's so much plastic in the ocean and it's breaking down into microplastics, you're actually can be consuming microplastics from the fish. So this stuff is not good, and yet it's everywhere. So this is really, really cool. A plastic-free container, and it's non-GMO, and it's also non-food toxic, which means that you can, silicone is amazing for this. You can put it in the microwave. Obviously, it's still a like substance, silicone. It's not like you're just eating off a piece of grass or something, but like it's microwave safe. So it's really cool. But I really wanted to share this package so that you guys can see what this is like. So we've got a little like air sealable thing. We've got the lid, so you can see how it like compacts into a nice little one. So for me, because I travel all the time, I love bringing my travel containers with me on the airplanes, and I have my little bamboo cutlery and my reusable mug that is actually similar, where it compacts down so that I don't have to use the plastics, and I don't have to use single-use cups and things that are just, we'll see how that all goes with this whole COVID life now. But like you pop it out and now you've got your container. So you can store your food, microwave it in here if you need to, and then after you wash it, you can just compact it back down in, and you've got your little easy to travel with container, which is super cute, super exciting. I'm nerding out about it. I hope you are too. Give it a thumbs up if you're liking this so far. I got a second one, a smaller mini one that I can like stack in there and again, travel with both. And a little bento box made out of rice husk fiber. This is like super cool. I'm really excited when I saw this one. I actually was working at an event with the company Healthy Planet and with the Minimal Bottle people last fall, and it was just so cool. I was just looking at their stuff the whole day because I was like, I love this so much. So here, if I can get it open here. So we've got on the inside your little containers so you can separate and put your put all my fruits in my little areas here. And this is also another reason I was like in love with it. It even has its own little mini, so you've got your salad dressing or whatever you want to put in there. So this is so cool. Now, instead of using, it actually kind of smells like rice husks, which makes sense. So this is dishwasher safe, microwave safe, and it's biodegradable. So like I really was so excited when I saw this and grateful to receive it because it's made out of rice husks, which is so cool. It's not creating any more waste for this beautiful earth that we live on, and instead it's reusing something. So when the rice is like farmed or cultivated, then they've got all these extra rice husks, and look at that. You've got your beautiful little storage container bento box to take with you. And I forgot, I actually got a little cutlery set too, made out of rice husks too. So this can go in my little travel. I've basically wanted to stock up for travel. In case you haven't noticed, you wouldn't have noticed, but like I'm struggling with this not traveling thing. So I was in Australia and Bali for the winter and was planning to be there for a lot longer until stuff with my dad's health and then the virus and everything. So I'm enjoying this summer. It is beautiful, but there's so many places in the world I want to see, so I'm getting antsy. Now this is one of the minimal bottles and they're so nice. It's so sleek. Now, what's it? This one's like, yeah, totally stainless steel. So I actually got this for my dad for Father's Day. So he won't see this video and I'll bring it to him tomorrow because tomorrow's Father's Day, if I upload this in time. So I got that for him, and that's a big one. It was just my mom's birthday, so I got her a beautiful blue water bottle so that she's got it. We can all be matching. The mama bear and the baby bear. So anyway, I wanted to share these things. I absolutely love this company. They're just like the kindest family running Minimal Bottle, and I love the initiative. I'll stop playing with things and be quiet for a second. I feel like I was a little bit hyper on this video. I apologize. I was just excited to share it. But they're just such an amazing family that are operating this, and I love the initiative of the fact that they are here to help the environment. Now, there are so many companies out there, and I've had this discussion with so many people about ethics in business and how to actually care about the environment right now, because it's really easy to have a business where you're creating a product that isn't actually environmentally friendly. And so what I love and what I always align with and who I love to partner with are companies that are doing the opposite, and they're here trying to make a difference for the environment. They are trying to do their part to create something that's reusable. It's good for the environment. It's good for our health. It's out of a super cool, like, natural thing that we can use, and instead of having these stupid plastics that were brought in by major corporations and have literally taken over the world and overflowed in the oceans, piled up. They're choking and killing wildlife. They're just causing so many health issues. If you haven't watched any documentaries on Netflix, I highly recommend watching A Plastic Earth. It is heartbreaking, but we need to see these things because we are taught and we are brainwashed that like Ziploc is good and get these Tupperwares and plastic this and oh, you like drink your Coca-Cola out of your plastic bottle. We're brainwashed to think these things are normal and go buy more processed food that's in packaged plastic, plastic packaging. And we're just pushed all these things that, and then we think, oh, I put it in the recycling so it gets recycled. But it doesn't. Majority of our plastics don't actually get recycled. Majority of them end up in the landfills, like at the garbage dump, or in waterways, in the ocean. Eventually they make their way there and they're drowning and affecting wildlife. So when you watch something like a plastic, what did I call it? A plastic ocean. That documentary, when you watch that, it's really, for me, I watched that just before we're coming up on Plastic Free July very soon, and that's an amazing time to start practicing cutting back and reducing your plastic usage. And I watched that maybe 3 years ago, I think, when I had first gone vegan anyway. So I was eating like predominantly plant-based. I wasn't eating many of the like vegan meats or processed vegan stuff. So for Plastic Free July, I went without any plastics and I just was eating my fruits and veggies, bringing my reusable bags. And it was such a cool month to be able to see how much waste I could cut back by being more conscious. Whereas when we just go shopping and we just mindlessly end up in our brainwashed state of this is normal, we don't realize how much waste we're creating and how it's not necessarily helpful for us or the environment. So I wanted to share these amazing products with you guys because you can make a difference, and every day we make a difference. It's raining now, so every day we make a difference with our choices and with what we choose to invest in. And for me, I would rather invest in something that's helpful for the environment, or at least not harming the environment. And I'd also rather invest in something that's better for my health. Whereas I don't want to be eating a credit card worth of plastic every single year and then have the chemicals in my body that are causing so many problems for people because we are not meant to be consuming these things. These were man-made things that were not natural for us. So I am very conscious and passionate about what kind of things I'm consuming. Both like literally eating and physically consuming, as well as like mentally consuming. What am I putting into my space and what am I putting into my energy? So be aware of the choices you're making, be aware of what's in your environment, what you are living with, and I highly recommend, if you're looking for any of these products, definitely check out the links down below. They are an amazing Canadian company selling these products, and I'm really excited to start using these and bringing them on my travels and gifting them to family, and just continue to do my part where I can to help cut back on the plastic waste, which is also very nice that everything's like cardboard, obviously, because the worst thing is when you buy something plastic free from like Amazon and then it's shipped in all this plastic and you're like, well, what was the point of that? So please, if you are an eco-friendly person, if you enjoyed this, please make sure you hit the thumbs up, subscribe, turn on the notifications. As I said, I will start doing a lot more about the environment and a lot more about like health and food and wellness, as well as my usual programming of mindset and spirituality and all of that good stuff. So thank you so much for being here. Before the rain starts to take over and drown me out even more, I will just say goodnight. Thank you for being here. Much love. And together, let's make the world a better place. Bye, guys.